ESPN Radio. Talking about the legendary man himself, Pete Rose. Well, we have a lot in the news right now since he hasn't been playing in years, though. The big topic is, should he be in the Hall of Fame? Well, everybody has a different opinion on this, but I would say, I'm not the commissioner. I am not any of that office. I'm just a person who has a radio show to talk about it. But all I have to say, though, is if he's somehow invited into the Hall of Fame, then Shoeless Joe Jackson should be right behind him. I mean, then you got to have A-Rod in there, but then everybody knows A-Rod's not going to be... You have to put them in for the records they broke. You don't have to put the player in, but it's records. You can't deny the fact that Pete Rose, A-Rod, or any player who took steroids got those records. The question is how they got the records, of course. If we're going to open up our phones right now and see what our callers have to say. We have Chris on the line from Canton, Ohio. Chris, what's your opinion on if Pete Rose should be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, so first off, Addie, I just want to let you know you're my favorite show on the radio. Listen,
thank you.
Got it. I agree with everything you had to say. I do think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, but something you said infuriated me. You said that if we let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, that Shoeless Joe Jackson needs to be right alongside with him. Well, Shoeless Joe Jackson got caught throwing a baseball game. His team was in the World Series, and he took money to voluntarily lose. Pete Rose got caught betting on baseball while he was a player, while he was a manager, but every bet he ever placed was on his team to win. Those are two different things. You can't act like that is the same thing, that just betting on baseball is the problem. If you are playing baseball and you have added stake in winning a game, that's awesome. I wish Ryan Howard put up his house for a win every night so he would feel compelled to hit 4 home runs a night. I think it's not admirable. It's bad. It's degenerate. It's bad behavior. It's not something you idolize. But is it worse than using performance-enhancing drugs to get yourself better? No. It's giving yourself an extra incentive that would really matter in the long run to win. I kind of honestly almost recommend it. I think Pete Rose, for some reason, everybody's just mad at him. So, yeah, I'm glad that you want him in the Hall of Fame because I do too, but I think there's such a difference between him and then the steroid users and then Joe Jackson. Like, Joe Jackson, honestly, is like in the 7th level of baseball hell, if you ask me. But thanks for taking my call.
Before you get off the line, I would just like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
The steroid users are on that level.
I think that steroid levels are worse than Pete Rose, but not as bad as Shoeless Joe Jackson, right? And I think that you do have to take a holistic look at a player's career. So for two players in particular, A-Rod and Barry Bonds, they're different than Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire always had that big, bulky frame, and his entire game was always hitting home runs. A-Rod's game adapted over time. It meant that he wasn't on steroids at one point in his career. Barry Bonds wasn't on steroids at one point in his career. They were really good then. Yeah, the steroids made them better, but it wasn't like they turned them into elite baseball players. It just made great players even greater. You can't act like Barry Bonds hitting 73 home runs in a season wasn't impressive. He had to get up, stare down 94-mile-per-hour fastballs to the grill, and try and turn around and hit him into Covey Cove, and he did. I put him in the Hall of Fame. I loved watching him play. He's the best baseball player I've ever seen play. A-Rod is probably the 3rd or 4th best baseball player I've ever seen play. And am I mad that they took steroids? Yes, but was it entertaining when they took steroids? It sure was. That's what I think. You got it.
Well, since we're still on the Pete Rose topic, since I did mention before that he related to the baseball story with the White Sox when they all bet on their team to tank. So, we're now betting on the Reds as soon as he's a player, which he still denies, which I will get into more of that in a second, though. But he bet on himself as a player to win. So it's not the same, but he is still betting on himself in football. When we come to the 21st century, now we have reporters like Michael Kay from ESPN asking Pete Rose if he bet on himself, and he said no. And that was just a year ago. And recently, Pete Rose was just interviewed again, which he did go with the fact that he did bet on baseball as a manager, but is still denying the fact that he bet as a player. So we're going to leave that topic open discussion for next week's. And this is Annie Man.